happening now, falling trees here in Lincoln. With high winds this week, we've seen a couple of trees falling and they have caused some damage, but local arborists say by checking in on your trees, you can avoid them becoming a hazard. Channel 8's Matthew Medlider is on the scene here in Lincoln where crews are working to keep people safe.
Experts say getting your old trees checked out and removed can make a difference in saving yourself thousands in property damage. 2 trees have fallen in Lincoln this week, damaging fences and a car and even blocking traffic. Carson and Elizabeth sent us these videos on our Now Local News app, showing off the damage in both incidents. I spoke with Will Frericks, who calls himself a tree doctor. He says getting a checkup for your tree is important, not only for the tree's health, but for yours as well.
Limbs dropping is the main concern, of course. Unfortunately, detecting those is, even for a professional, to make a precise decision that a tree isn't safe can be difficult. You don't just go cutting trees down just because they might be a problem, because any tree, theoretically, a bad enough wind can hit it and cause a problem.
He says wind normally isn't much of a problem during winter because there's no leaves weighing trees down. But if a tree is old or weakened, the wind becomes a risk. The limbs themselves can also weigh hundreds or even thousands of pounds. But trimming branches can make a tree more reliable against the wind.
You're probably going to note that there's a crack in the tree, particularly on a windy day. You might be able to see that crack opening up and closing. And from the ground, you're going to see half of all problems that are occurring. Trouble is, half of them you're not going to see. They're going to involve a damage on tops of a limb, and unless you can get 50 foot in a tree, you're not going to see that.
If your tree has storm damage or a limb ripped off, pay attention to whether it's getting weaker or hollowing out.
At the end of the day, a judgment's made whether the tree is a hazard or not, or whether an individual limb is a hazard or not. And in fact, local city ordinance stipulates that the city can require a homeowner to remove a tree if there's a hazard present.
If you'd like to have your trees checked out, be sure to call the experts before making any cuts yourself. Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Medlider, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Matthew. And here's a video he posted on our Now Local News app as crews were working on trimming trees. Be sure to download the Now Local News app to be the first to know about what's going on in your community.